We return with more Resident Evil. All right, we're back. Yeah, purchasing Kadokawa, the parent company. That makes sense. Oh,
Which also that brings into discussion of what's going to happen to all Kadokawa anime at this point, because Kadokawa is still a massive anime publisher.
I totally missed the machine gun. I totally missed it.
Yes,
Weird.
you did.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that. Okay, interesting.
They're most likely after the animation and mangas. Yeah, that's what.
Probably.
Which, yeah, I mean, what anime has Kadokawa even put out recently?
I feel like I should know this, but I don't remember.
Oh, I guess Konosuba, but
Yeah.
Sony acquiring Kadokawa could lead to a troubling anime monopoly. Yeah, they could.
They could. Probably will.
That's the first article about the Kadokawa acquisitions. Could lead to anime monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that probably, I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of the concept of monopolies at this point. Kind of done with it.
Oh, they did do. I forgot they did that. That was really good. I need to watch that actually.
Albert first aid. Yeah, I totally missed that fucking machine gun. I'll have to do a 100% survival run at some point. Probably watch a playthrough or something. Going off the burner or not? Probably. Probably want the grenade launcher. Coming to D2R games opens up nice possibilities. Yeah. Or some new character, Act 5, and then leveling up. I was going to play Diablo 2 tonight, but I was like, nah, I want to go play some Resident Evil. I've been on a huge Resident Evil binge again recently.
You watch anime. You're a weeb.
Watch less than you think, but yeah, pretty much, yeah. What you got for me?
So it's 2 movies.
Sure.
But the ending changes depending on the order you watched them in.
Okay. Interesting. I'm listening.
It is a romance anime. It is hold on, where'd it go? I don't speak Japanese. Where's the English translation? Yeah, 2 films, different studios. But they're the same story. It's just a multiverse, same story. So you're supposed to watch both of them. Depending on which one you watched first, the endings feel different or are different.
Mm-hmm.
The first movie is To All of You That I Loved, and the second one is To the Only Me Who Loved You, is the other one. They are apparently really fucking good movies and really fucking depressing depending on the order you watched them in.
Interesting.
So it's either a super wholesome ending or a super fucked oh my god ending.
Right.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be watching these.
It seems neat. Oh my god.
Yeah, so one of them's he's living with his mother after his parents divorced. The other he's living with his father after his parents divorce. And then the stories are tied together.
Right. I kind of like that you can watch them in any order. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's either order, but you get a different ending based on how you watched it.
Sometimes my inability to hit a target is actually more impressive than my ability to hit a target. It's kind of frustrating. It's gotta be because I'm gaming on a fucking 32-inch. It's gotta be 32-inch curved. Because I'm fine-tuning. I consistently fine-tune over my target. It's gotta be that. Make sure every pellet hits. But yeah, I fine-tuned that adjustment.
Ooh, I gotta get on Netflix. I gotta find that fucking Gundam anime I was supposed to be watching.
New Gundam?
Back to good old dark bullshit Gundam.
Like Gundam Death Scythe?
Gundam Requiem for Vengeance.
Oh.
It's 6 episodes.
Interesting.
Hold on, episodes and info. I don't want the trailer playing. It seems to be like, I guess it's following just like Xeon soldiers, not like any name. So like,
just
fucking I can
John
never,
Xeon.
yeah, but it's like it's showing like what Xeon soldiers see when the fucking White Devil shows up.
I'm in. I like that. That's fucking cool as shit. I
guess it's like fun. Just gritty bullshit of like how some Xeon soldiers just like have the fucking nightmare PTSD hallucinations on the battlefield when that thing shows up.
Well, especially because, especially with modern animation, like that's gonna be really good with modern animation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, fucking. It's also one of those things like when you're just a Xeon soldier in a Zaku unit, and this motherfucker shows up and rips your friend in half.
Literal White Devil moment, just like Nani. Kami no Chikaraka.
Like the scene I saw for it's like it's just 2 soldiers like in Zaku units having a conversation. This dude shows up and like rips one of them in half mid conversation with a fucking like plasma cannon.
Yeah.
Good old horrors of war, fucking Gundam.
Yeah, no, it's just it's definitely a feels good moment, feels good time.
Yeah, nothing bad happens. Yeah, the whole meme was everything's happening. It's always a good day in the Gundam universe till the Zaku 2s show up.
It might even be a good day. Damn it, fucking great. No, I feel like that's gonna be a fucking great watch. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a box for you. Do you accept to open it? Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Baker Breadsticks. I totally didn't see your comment. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if I miss a comment, I promise that's not a thing against people. Sometimes I just totally miss comments. We should get remote bombs. What the fuck?
Anime fans are gonna be eating good next year, though.
How many isekai are we looking at?
I don't know. We're getting more fucking Overlord, though.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna be happy with that.
What do we have confirmed for 2025 anime so far?
Did you just spawn behind me?
Solo Leveling Season 2, Kaiju number 8 Season 2, Apothecary Tigers Season 2, Fire Force Season 3, which should be the finale of Fire Force.
Fire Force is good. I don't know about it. I hear it's good.
Dr. Stone Season 4. Sakamoto Days? What is this?
Solo Leveling Season 2, yeah.
Sakamoto was once one of the greatest hitmen in the world, but that changed after he fell in love. He dropped out of the crime world to get married, have children, work as a convenience store clerk. However, his old associates and enemies don't believe he's completely left the business, and they're determined to re-recruit him or take him down.
Oh, so it's like Way of the House husband.
Yeah, it's just dude owns a store and is like, no, I'm done with crime.
I would watch the fuck out of that. I would actually unironically watch the fuck out of that.
I love Way of the House Husband. It's so good.
I want more.
My Happy Marriage season 2. That's such a good anime. That's a really like happy fucking turnaround anime.
Ow. I didn't even see that.
Not much. I'm happy. Not much isekai anime so far on this list.
I think it's kind. You know what isekai is? It's zombie number 2. It's the entire zombie genre.
It's the zombie
number
fads.
2.
Yeah. Because we had so many zombie anime when like me and you were in fucking school like ages. Like that was all it was zombie or ecchi.
Yeah. I was wondering if this whole family obsession thing is programming. It's kind of fucked up. Mia's still somewhere in between Evie, La La Land. In reality, she's getting pretty violent. Locked her up in a cell. Maybe thought Eveline wouldn't get mad since Mia's favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her. Sometimes she thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is messed up. Wow, it's a whole year later, actually, almost. Eveline's family session is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of me and not coming around, but it's plain a pain in the ass to me because I had to clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting gray hair. It's supposed to happen. It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Wow. So like it's in the span of a year. Her aging really kind of fucking took off. Interesting.
Yeah. It looks to be
right, because these are the bathtubs. These probably were the corpses. That would make sense. That would actually make logical sense.
This could be interesting. It's technically an isekai anime, but this isn't much different plot than normal.
Define.
I'm gonna have to send you this name on Discord because I can't speak Japanese to save my life.
That's fine. I can probably translate to some degree. As long as I see it, I can probably pronounce it. Second season of Free Run. I didn't even watch it.
Free Run was really good.
Akuyaku Reijo Tensei Oji-san?
Yeah.
I know jack all what that fucking says.
So the premise of this, in his previous life, modern day Japan, he was a 52-year-old civil servant, as now he is the villainous reborn as some French name. The drill-haired villainess of an Otome game, and his daughter used to play. Yeah, so he's just like reborn as the villainess in a fucking like Otome game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Baker.
So it's just like
thank you for the follow. I totally didn't see that.
It's just like a 52-year-old dude like reborn as like a haughty like Otome game princess.
Kind of dig it. Report details symptoms that appear when the bacterium asterisk. What is the Is it a bacteria or is it a fucking mold? Bacterium that grows inside the E series infects a human. Be sure to read the document through if we're dealing with E series weaponized assets. Here too referred to as mold. Mold ingests nutrients from the subject body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. Okay. The side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable generative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. That's initial infection. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense why Ethan is able to reattach his arm.
Also with RE7's mold stuff, if you want to feel stupid, just go on the Resident Evil wiki for the mold. It reads like a college biology thesis on like gene splicing and shit like that.
Oh, I'm down for that. I'm 100% down for that. Like I've told people before, I would have loved to go into bioweapons engineering. I didn't have the college for that.
Like it goes into how it works with the mold works in horizontal gene transferring, quorum sensing, mycorrhizia.
Wow, those are terms outside of my pay grade that I'm going to love to learn about. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So, it's not that it replaces the cells, it's that it takes over the cells.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
kind of post-transfer.
So, ingest nutrients, subject's body. Right, okay, makes sense. But what's... trying to figure out how this sustains itself. Like, what is these? It needs nutrients somehow after the fact. They can't just... It's not a... Energy has to come from somewhere.
It consumes any and all biological matter, such as like a regular mold does. So it can cling to any form of biological matter.
Plant, meat, etc. Okay. Right, long as it's
Plant,
biomass.
meat, dead skin cells, dust can grow mold.
Interesting. Mid stays once
So
the Good.
Yeah, anything that can naturally grow mold on it is what it will cling to.
Okay. No, I see why they went with this. I see why they went with this as a later series entry. Holy shit. Once the mold reaches the brain, subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-series asset. They're started to hear things, experience hallucinations. Soon comes under the complete control of the E-series asset. If the state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. So kind of like Lost Plagas on crack a little bit.
Except it forces an ego death, which is
yeah.
loses all sense of self.
Yeah, so everyone, like Mia, mid-stage. Like, most of the family was kind of mid-stage. Mid to late. Jack's pretty going into late. Complete. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold. So the base cell is the same. Okay. Subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ in case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Getting a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult, and this is going to be the complete molded that we see, whether it's the fat mold, whether it's the tiny one, the fast one, base one, blade ones. That is what those are. I like that RE Village had one of these as well. Necrotoxin E-series dosage test. 5 minutes after dose vomiting.
I think that fucking like Tumblr post from a few years ago actually like caught an anime.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess it's a hospital anime of like cases that like murders were happening and shit that even police can't figure out, and it seems it's gonna be kind of paranormal in nature.
I can see that going hard. Necrotoxin
Yeah,
destroys... I'm sorry, let me get to this. I'll get to that in a second. I have a little bit to add to that. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model, only used for disposable E-series assets. So it's a targeted toxin, which is interesting. Toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of the E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. I need to see... I need to figure... I think these are D-series. I gotta go do the background research on what these actually are. This is a fucking... I like it. The story and all this is great. No, I heard something about that. It was like it's like a paranormal-esque kind of thing, and some people are having to come to grips with it, and it's just like, nah, this is just my job.
Yeah. No, but it seems this upcoming anime season's not... It seems to be more... From what I'm seeing, it's actually confirmed released right now. We're getting some continuations of isekais, a bunch of like seinen slice of life anime, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't really get like just adults doing adult things and everyday life stuff anymore.
No. Project was existed in 2000 as one of the several concepts for the company's next generation experimental into battlefield superiority initiative. Working with technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon, neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. Nextbas was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. Sure, okay. Standard. Maximize profit, maximize actual kill KD. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is the ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements to willing servants. Since this effectively eliminates the cost of not only the PW handling but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had the redacted and even redacted organization chomping at the bit to get on board. The project would never have existed if it were not for the discovery in Redacted, the remarkably progressed Vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly referred to the term as mutamycete. So that would be discovered probably, actually, it's a 1-for-1. EUROPE, right? Europe. There's 6 boxes there. I'd have to see. I'd have to remember what country it's in. Discovery in Europe of blank, redacted being probably where it was found in Village, because they're talking about the
It
Munich.
was. Sorry.
I always forget what it's called. Fabrication method for each bioweapon has introduced the mutamycete genome to a pre-stage 4 human
Romania.
ROMANIA. So that would not fit then. No, there's 2 extra characters there. Environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. So that's, I think, later. That might be later than the hunters. I'd have to figure out when the hunters are infected.
Discovery and
The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty. There's A through D to the perfected E series. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons that of a roughly 10-year-old girl to ensure ease of blending in with urban refugee populations. First E-series specimen Eveline has proven capable in secreting the mutamycete redacted from her tissue at will. Also note that Eveline's mutamycete imposes a profound control over the body and mind when introduced into a host organism. Still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Eveline achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to an autoinducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. See, this is one of those things I don't like. That's words. There's a whole lot of something happening here, but that's unironically like 2 YouTube videos away from me being like, okay, I understand the basic concept. I'm not a specialist in this. I'm not an actual scientist, but I can understand the concept. Eveline's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject can see images of Eveline, though she's not in fact there. Even to hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Missions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first the Phantom Eveline appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. Nice. Actually, KYS status. Psychological shock induces, helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Eveline's brainwashing effect. By the time the mental control is achieved, mutamycete's infection has progressed throughout the body's cells, so the body redacted. Okay.
And I guess we're getting, anime John Wick, pretty much.
Be okay with that.
It's specifically like the hotels from John Wick, whatever the fuck those were called.
God.
I can't remember.
I never watched. I do need to watch John Wick. I would love to be just the hotel guy of just like, yes, sir. Ah, yes, the 44 Magnum, a very good choice. Dude, I'd love to have that job, unironically.
Well, the anime is called Hotel and Humans.
Mm-hmm.
The most exquisite hotels in the world have certain standards. The finest food, the most sublime comfort, captivating entertainment, the latest weapons, reliable identity fabrication, and untraceable corpse disposal.
Did I do it? 100%.
It's just an anime about Hitman Hotel. So I'm going to have to put that on my fucking list for whenever that comes out.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch that. 100%. Eveline's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. Right, makes sense. It's kind of like the flesh that hates, or even the corruption from Dead Space, how it can just spawn necromorphs. Very similar to that.
Yes. Flesh, I mean, it is very much the flesh that hates.
Well, obviously, it's fungal filaments, so not technically flesh, but similar in concept, similar in premise. Term organism is used loosely here, strictly speaking. They are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instincts and will defend themselves ferociously with slight provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength, significant battlefield potential. Researchers have been calling these superorganisms the molded, made of molten, also molded as in shaped. Okay, sure, pun. Name has a certain elegance to it. Treatment of accidental infections performing redacted on samples of Eveline's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Right, so that's the process we did. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify. But if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to redacted would enhance its effects to extreme potency. We now call E-necrotoxin, which is what we did. which blank redacted in even tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Eveline's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family, and experiments we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, as if she was really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as a theme for her mental control? This is speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that family unit is better suited for blending of social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for a perceived lack of love with her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. So, Eveline's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. So her flesh sample interacts with other parts in the series to create an actual toxin to herself. That feels like this would be a bioweapon program that would probably get scrapped, or at least try to improved upon down the line. A whole strong window to treatment windows being so small. That doesn't quite add up to me with them being literally 3 years at the Baker residence, approximately, right? Because Mia was missing for about 3 years. I guess I would have to... I don't know. There's an explanation there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but there's an explanation there somewhere. Yeah.
Yes.
They made an anime based off of Roadside Picnic. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I think they did. No, I'm just reading anime synopsises for what's coming up, and there's a lot that seem like they could be really good or just really crap.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Like this one, we have Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. Dude got isekai to another world, slayed the demon lord, came back to his normal world, and then his
Hey, subject, going pretty well.
Dark Elf companion came back to the human world with him, and is just like doing yandere shit.
I don't want to watch isekai on principle. Like, I'm sure.
Other than that, we have a bunch of just slice of life crap.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of where I'm at. Slice of life, I don't know. I'm sure if it's good, right? I mean, I've been told that I'm just male darkness, effectively.
And then
take that as you will.
New Fate anime.
That one makes sense, though. Fate's been going pretty hard. They had Samurai Remnant last year. I still need to play that.
Yeah, we have Fate Strange Fake coming out.
Might be interesting. You can see where it goes. Roadside Picnic is inspiration for Stalker. Story goes that aliens stopped on Earth. Roadside Picnic left behind some trash that caused a paracausal zone anomalies. Kind of dig it. I did get the new Stalker. I will be streaming that at some point. Need to see if Nemui is going to stream it or not. I know his power's actually been out.
It looks like it's a false holy grail in the United States.
I love it. I hear the humming, and I think it's just a G from RE2. The ones that's the fucking G just humming the fucking the sewers. Gotta get that buckshot. Can't do caves. I can't do this shit. Like, there's people who explore caves like this, and they, like, get on their fucking, like, they get on their fucking, like, they lay down and they crawl through tunnels. I can't do it. I understand why people do it.
I'm too claustrophobic for that shit.
I know my clumsy ass would fucking do something wrong.
Yeah, touch the wrong rock and just cause a cave in.
Actual Ted the Caver status.
Yeah. Be modern day Manning Cave.
Yeah. I think I can actually run through most of this. Hypothetically, maybe?
This entire section for the most part. I think you're supposed to sprint this section.
Well, I'm already trapped. It is interesting that they have teeth. I wonder if that's actually... Well, it's mold filaments.
Yeah.
So it's...
This could also be, like, the remainder of the crew from the ship as well, so it could still have some bone in it.
I've always been interested in the fluid they excrete. Ow. Thought you died. Because they're very juicy boys.
Well, that's the other thing with a lot of molds. When they get to a certain size, they do start like excreting a fluid.
I actually didn't know that. I haven't dealt with a lot of mold, thankfully.
Yeah, it depends on the strain of mold, because it is a fungus. It's also why the fleshiness of this does make sense, because some molds, since they are once again fungal colonies, have meat type, not really meat per se, but meat similar substance that grows.
Well, what is it? Well, mushrooms are fungi, right? I mean, like portobello mushrooms,
Yeah.
obviously it's a different type of fungus than, say, like a black mold that you'd find on your fucking ceiling. Or a ceiling of an abandoned house. I mean, you use it as a meat replacement, effectively.
Yeah.
Not quite impossible burger status, but it is a meat replacement. People will get a portobello mushroom burger.
Yeah, no, it's fun that you say that you brought up black mold, because that is specifically in the, like, biology stuff for the mold, the Cladosporium.
Black mold is
fair.
nasty, from what I understand. I don't know its effects, but it is nasty.
It's terrible.
Like, definitely one of those you do not want to have that.
Cladosporium species are present in the human microbiome, by default, but are rarely pathogenic to humans. They have been reported to cause infections in skin, toenails, as well as sinuses and lungs. More common symptoms including nasal congestion, sneezing, coughing, itching eyes, airborne spores, and Cladosporium. Species are significant allergens in large amounts. They can severely affect people with asthma and other respiratory diseases. Cladosporium species produce no major mycotoxins of concern, but do produce volatile organic compounds associated with odors. Cladosporium is not associated with anaphylaxis.
Interesting. Shit just sounds like
black
a fucking
mold,
nightmare.
Yeah, no. Black mold itself isn't bad unless you're asthmatic.
Right, or have any sort of respiratory issues. With that being said, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like pneumonia, right? I mean, oh yeah, it's just pneumonia. I just, had it as a kid, right? Stuff like that. Unless you're like immunocompromised or you have any sort of like breathing issues, then like a little bit different.
Yeah.
I always hate that fight.
No, but like the wiki for the mold.
I would not be surprised if someone did a college dissertation on the mold.
So, the mold's horizontal gene transfer. In nature, two vastly different organisms are able to exchange genes unique to their class, phylum, or even kingdom. Typically, the parasitic or prey organism transferring genes to its host or predator. For example, the DNA of the protozoa Plasmodium vivax is believed to include genes of human origin, and herring are known to have genes of Piscean origin. Horizontal gene transfer between the mold and other organisms, however, are far more extreme, with most or even the entirety of the host genome being transferred to the parasitic spores, which allow them to perfectly imitate the functions of the host body. In case of Ethan Winters, prolonged mycosis resulted in every cell of his body being replaced with an imitation. Through a thorough medical examination, removed the mycelial cluster. The imitation cells were not identified at the time. So it's saying, like, at 7, that he was checked. It didn't show that it was the thing, or the mold cells, but it was the mold cells. So it can perfectly imitate the human genome.
Right. Honestly, that's... Well, I like that, especially going on Kingdom and Phylum, right? I mean, because that's the top of classifications. Like Kingdom, Phylum, Class, Order, Family, Genus, Species. Like that is the top of the list, or the near the top of the list. Oh yeah, I forgot that just ends right up at the house again. Right. Oh, this is the is the house in the intro.
Yeah.
Hear it.
I'm sure of it.
Mia, shut up and try to find the bobblehead.
It's not here. It's gone. It's gone.
Right, because this is part of the game where you realize that you're going through an infection by Eveline, and then the hallucinations make sense. Which even then, that also, the door could have also not been there. Could have also been hallucination. It's cool. It's 300 IQ play. is the mold there or not? Is what is happening real or not? I don't know if I found all of them or not. I'll do another playthrough. That's fine. Right. It's honestly a nice, neat, circular way to wrap up the story. You start where the story
back
began.
where you started.
I like it. I like it narratively. I think it's great.
And then you just had the picture of E001, which is known to be Eveline at this point. Eveline's the old lady.
Right. Yeah, that's the reveal. Or when you're supposed to find it in story.
This is
Yeah, if you're not one of those psychopaths that read every single note in this game.
I'd read most of them. Like I gloss over some in the mid game, generally.
Yeah.
And when I go through Resident Evil 5 next, when it's not a race or a speed run that I'm trying to do, speed run quote unquote, right? Trying to just run through it. I want to go read some of the entries.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
And thus it shows, yeah, at the beginning of the game what happened. Pretty ham-fisted, yeah.
It fucking hurts!
He doesn't want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you.
Or where the fuck she is. I think she's up in the attic.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because I know she turns into the house. She turns into the Resident Evil 6 monster. When I was referencing Carla, she effectively turns into
Ethan,
Carla.
help me.
That door is locked.
Leave me to die. Go back home.
What's happening? Yeah. We need more games like this. We need more games with that, like, hallucination element. I think it's actually really cool.
Yeah. Dead Space 3 had a good one.
Fuck are you?
I heard a bobblehead. Dead Space 3 was interesting. I think there was a good concept there. I think it was just marred by modern EA business decisions starting to come to fruition, like starting to really take shape.
Well, like the hallucinations in 3 of... Oh, it's not Isaac having them this time, it's Carver having his hallucinations.
Carver's whole family arc was actually really, really satisfying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Senua Sacrifice also has really good hallucination stuff.
I've heard good things about Senua. I haven't played it.
It's a, for all intents and purposes, it's a puzzle game.
Mm-hmm.
But the binaural audio shit that it uses is really, really weird.
I'm
It's
not.
kinda
So you'll just be like in an area and you'll hear like voices behind you if your headset's good enough.
The Mia is just fucking Salvador.
You don't understand.
Where the fuck are you? I mean, maybe it is his connection with the mold in some capacity that allows... That's a doll. That allows him to kind of sniff her out, so to speak. Or either that or she's getting desperate.
Yeah.
She
Well,
could
it's like the...
just lead her... She could just lead him away.
Well, this also leads into the section in Village with the Room of Dolls. How it's like,
Yeah.
you don't know which the real one.
Right. That one on Village of Nightmares. Was it Village of Nightmares I did it on? I can't remember. No, I didn't do a Village of Nightmares. The one below Village of Shadows difficulty, the highest one.
Yeah.
The challenge on that gets rough.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
The other thing with the Village I didn't understand, I couldn't figure out if it was a hallucination or an actual thing, was like the giant baby.
That was a hallucination.
That was a hallucination.
It was always weird that you could die down there. I guess maybe it's that you're in so much shock mentally maybe. But that
Yeah.
is a hallucination. Because I think it was it? I can't remember what her name was.
It was the same as.
Oh, I'm just dead.
It was the same chick with the doll.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Totally forgot that I didn't even see that at a guard. Lamau. I was just autopiloting. But yeah, no, like her thing is that her whatever the fucking thing's called. I always forget what it's called. The not zygote. Whatever the parasite is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kadu. Her Kadu was implanted in her by Mother Miranda. And then her Kadu was split off and part of it was put in the tiny doll.
Yeah. Beneviento was her name.
Right, yeah.
Donovan.
And her thing was the flowers around her estate had a hallucinogenic effect with the spores.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the thing with each of the main villains for 8, they were all references to other pop culture like monster series.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, like, yeah, Beneviento is. I can never remember which one she is. She does like cursed doll maker. Then Salvatore Moreau is literally like Dr. Moreau.
What's he from? I don't know. I don't know. Ow. Oh, she's just giant teeth. Jesus Christ.
Bro.
I'm just having a bit of feedback issue with some of these bosses. Maybe it's aiming as well. Like, I'm definitely aiming like shit.
Yeah, Island of Dr. Moreau. That's
Yeah, because he floods the
old
thing.
horror.
Dude, I'd watch some of that old horror. 100%.
Lady Dimitrescu is just traditional vampire.
Right. Who is? What's Heisenberg? Cold War propaganda?
No, it's Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah.
That's the Frankenstein's monsters thing because he makes his creations.
Right. Yeah, it's just Carla from 6. I keep aiming just above and below her eye. It's actually getting frustrating that I can't aim. No, I think Village was a vast improvement over this, personally. I've run Village multiple times. I've only run 7 once. Yeah. Zach SK, thank you for the follow. Hey, what's up? It's like her eyes are clearly her weak spots. I don't remember. Yeah, because you're trapped in here. So you have to fight this.
Yes.
You just sprayed at center of mass. I thought you had to hit the eyes. Interesting.
No, Resident Evil 8's full of like references though.
Interesting.
Like it's almost all like pop culture movie references in 8.
I'll have to go watch some of them. I was saying this is only came in 2018. Gotcha. I don't know how that one worked. They should not have done enough damage for anything, because I did way more previously. No, you're fine, absolute. I'll honestly have to look at some of the things. I'll have to look at some of the series.
It's mainly a bunch of movies. Like, it takes a lot of references from the movie The Witch, which is a really, really good movie. Mother Miranda seems to be a direct reference to Dario Argentino's Three Mothers trilogy of witchcraft movies.
Mm-hmm.
Which, really good movie series.
I just wanted a family.
Hey, Chris, you want to show up yet?
Use it!
I mean, very cool. Modified samurai edge. Oh, see, this one has a laser sight. I mean, it's a cool ending. I would appreciate if shit actually stayed dead, though.
That has been my entire logic with 14 at this point. I'd appreciate these fuckers would stay dead.
Nah, she's coming back. I'm calling it. You think it's rocket launcher when? Man, I wish. What do you mean? I've never completed the game on normal? Weird. Okay. Got ending too, so I mean that's already progress. I wonder if this is different than the other ending. Is this our boy? Is this our man? He's got the rave glow light sticks on him.
I'm Redfield. Glad we found you.
Oh yeah. This is between
The fuck took you guys so long?
This is between 6. Now, I don't know. That doesn't make sense for him because he looked a lot older in 6.
He looked very old in 6.
He looked like he was.
I'm convinced 6 takes place after fucking 8 at this point.
It doesn't. The timeline though. Hachi China and stuff was like 2012. Yeah. No, I don't. And they went back to his gruff thing in 8, technically. I think this ending is different. Yeah, because you're having... Oh, yeah, it's going to be the loss of Mia. Yeah. Letting go. All New Vegas style. Got the bad ending. Well, yeah, this is the non-canon ending. I guess it's cool there were 2 endings.
One door closes, another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Me and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Eveline, who made them that way. But now Eveline's dead. And these guys are here to clean up the mess. I had just come to terms with losing Mia the first time. But now I've lost her again. And the only other door I can see is closed.
Until that last line, I think I liked this ending better. Because it was definitely a very, like, closed, open door. Or it was a closed door thing for Ethan.
Go tell Aunt Rhody.
Yeah. Nah.
Is this the credits? What
I
is
forgot
this?
how.
Yeah, it's credits.
This is.
I don't want to get
Credits, yeah.
copyrighted. Hi, Zane. Hi.
I forgot how weird the timeline was for Resident Evil.
It's definitely a little wonky.
Well, it's like you play 0, then 1, then the first half of Resident Evil 3, then 2, then the second half of Resident Evil 3.
2 and 3 are kind of what interchange. The entirety of 2 takes place when Jill's unconscious.
Resident Evil Survivor, which I forget that game even exists 90% of the time.
I forget Resident Evil Survivor and Dead Aim. I always forget they exist.
Then Code Veronica, then Dark Side Chronicles,
Darkside's placement's always strange to me. But that
then
technically
Umbrella
takes place.
Chronicles.
Darkside's before Umbrella, really?
Yep, Dark Side's
Interesting.
before Umbrella Chronicles.
Interesting.
Dark Side Chronicle takes place in 2002. Umbrella Chronicles takes place in February of 2003.
That's technically when it ends, because it parallels to several stories like the Arclay facility.
Yeah.
Darkside Chronicles, I believe, no, it might be Umbrella Chronicles, actually delves with Outbreak a little bit. The tyrant from Outbreak, Ada fights it. I think it was the Tyrant R. She fights that in Outbreak in one of the rail shooters. And then Umbrella Chronicles ends in 2003 with Talos and the destruction of Umbrella.
Yeah.
Glad you like the Metal Electrician reactions.
4, then Revelations, then Resident Evil 5, then Revelations 2, then Umbrella Corps, and then 6, and then 7 and 8. And Orc is not considered canon.
Well,
So that's one.
like suck my left fucking nut on that one. If the fucking Irish Giant, all the screenplays and stuff are canon, I don't see why it can't be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it. If you're on the VOD channel, thank you for watching. If you're on stream, hang tight. I'm gonna go try and dive into the DLC because I'm a fucking madman like that, and I'll just spend the next 2 days just uploading this. But thank you for watching.